Welcome back to DSE's Living Green series, Forever Young. I'm Anne Marie. This is Erik Johnson, guest host Shanti Davey, and I'm being entirely intrigued today learning about fluoride and some of the misrepresentation that we've all been taught about it. And we were talking before the break about some of the terrible things it does to the body, and you were talking, kind of shocking me, about it affects bathing.
Well, it goes into you through bathing. But I just say, the more fluoride you get into your body, the less you're going to care about fluoride.
Okay.
The less you're going to be concerned with it.
Right.
Because fluoride encrusts the pineal gland, which is kind of like your third eye. That kind of gives you awareness and the ability to make connections in the world. The more that's encrusted up, the less you will actually care about the fact that you're getting poisoned with fluoride. Fluoride lessens your concerns about things. Fluoride is in almost all antidepressant medication.
Really?
Absolutely.
No kidding. So it actually does affect the mental state.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You can ask. There's numerous studies done in East Germany and parts of Germany that prove that.
And Shanti, you were talking about the pipes and bleach. What were you saying?
When you run water that's fluoridated with the waste from the phosphate industry, which is an acid, and it's combined with the chlorine that's in the water, it actually leaches heavy metals out of the water. So you're getting more heavy metals out of the pipes that it's going through. So old pipe work in homes those homes would be more at risk for having lead and things that might be in the pipes. So that's another danger.
Now, guys, how do we? Because we're going to scare people to death here.
We're going to talk about people how when you take a bath. We haven't gone into that.
Yeah, let's go into it.
I started talking about it, and I changed the subject.
You're scaring me, Erik. All right, go ahead.
Well, when you run the water for a hot bath, you run hot water.
Right.
And then you get in, especially in the winter time when you're cold and it's cold outside.
And you want to take a hot bath.
You want to take a long hot bath.
Yeah.
Well, the heat of the bath opens up the pores, causing the fluoride to just flow into your body unimpeded.
Okay.
Because we know that the heat opens up the pores, and the fluoride is such a tiny ion. It can pass right through the skin and absorb right into the body, into the bloodstream.
Well, guys, can we take something that takes this fluoride out of our systems, because we really can't prevent it from going in if it comes in through bathing?
Well, one thing we can do, and I don't have our number one seller, which is nascent iodine, but we do have another iodine here.
Okay.
Iodine is another halogen, and when you take iodine internally, extra iodine, it keeps the fluoride at bay.
Okay.
And actually helps push it out of the body. Okay. So if you're doing iodine on a regular basis, we need iodine for lots of reasons. And because we talked about fluoride suppresses the thyroid functioning, you need iodine anyway if you've been exposed to fluoride.
Okay.
So we have several different liquid iodine products that is a counter halogen, pushes it out of the body, and it gives you some level of protection. It's not known. You still don't want to expose yourself to the fluoride. It is very difficult for people out watching this show to protect themselves from fluoride, especially when it's in the water system, especially when you're getting it in baths and showers.
Yeah.
And isn't boron also something that helps alleviate over-fluoridation?
Yeah, people can look online for different
What's
different
boron?
Potions. Boron is a mineral.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can get it as a supplement.
So can you actually put things in your bath water and stuff? Or
no, it doesn't work that way. That would be taken internally.
Okay.
And it's very difficult to filter out fluoride also, so it's difficult to find any kind of filtration for bath. You can, I think I've heard Berkey has a filter for drinking water that does filter out, but mainly it still leaves some in. The main two ways of getting it out in your water is distillation, which takes it out completely. Right?
Actually, I heard that the fluoride ions go right up into the distillation process and then go into your distilled water.
Well, and Erik, how do you get rid of it? Erik,
no, I was just reading that today.
Erik, you're terrifying our customers here. How
when you distill it, the fluoride gas, the ions go right up into the thing that holds the water crystals and then slides back into your water again.
So then how can we be safe from this?
That's why we have got to get the fluoride out of the water.
And we're working on it. We are working on it. We're going to the city councils, and this is how it's done all over the world.
Really?
People go to their city council and they say, we want the fluoride out, and they present the evidence. Now, if they have a city council that's thinking right and listening to the evidence, and I mean, they're welcome to look. There is no evidence to prove that it's good. And more mounting evidence, just mountains of evidence really, that prove that it's bad for you. So if they're a good city council, usually they vote it out immediately. So we have spoken to the Heights City Council, and they're considering it. We gave them the scientific papers, and they're reading them. So we really hope to get it out of the water for the whole Muskegon County. That would be the best.
It'll save the expense.
It'll save us money
of adding the fluoride. It'll save the citizens of Muskegon hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to remove it. I spend thousands of dollars of extra money a year to remove the fluoride from my water, which I could be spending at local businesses, at restaurants, buying goods and services, but yet I have to spend from buying out of city, out of state equipment to remove this fluoride. So that's money I'm not spending in the economy.
A reverse osmosis system is something that does take 99% of the fluoride out.
Yeah, reverse osmosis system.
It's a quite expensive system, but it is something that does take it out.
They have come down in price quite a bit in the last 10 years. You can now buy a reverse osmosis system for about $300, and you can have it installed by a plumber for less than $100.
Really?
Yeah, and they have them at Lowe's.
And that's just for drinking, though, right?
They have them at Lowe's. They have them at Costco. They have them at Sam's Club.
But that's just for drinking, right?
Yeah.
So we're still getting it in our bath.
Yeah, which is why we, as concerned citizens, we're really working to get it out of our water.
Because we're being poisoned by it as well.
Yeah.
Because we both live where we live. We have city water. Mm-hmm. So it's like I try to take a quick shower just so I don't have to get the fluoride into my body. Mm-hmm. But I'm also taking lots of iodine to help push it out and to keep it pushed out.
Can you get too much iodine?
You can get too much iodine, but most people are not in danger of getting too much iodine. They're in danger of getting too little iodine.
Are there any other products we want to talk about here?
Well, yeah, we have fluoride. We have toothpaste that are fluoride free.
Okay.
Especially if you have fluoride in your water, you don't have to worry about fluoride in your toothpaste. You're getting plenty of fluoride. Not that you want fluoride, but we have many choices. Almost too many to mention here. I think we have about 15 different brands of toothpaste that don't have fluoride in it.
Okay.
Especially for children. I encourage, especially for small children, you do not want to use fluoride toothpaste because they're at great risk of swallowing it. Mm-hmm. And you notice it says on the fluoride toothpaste, it says use a pea-sized amount. Well, how big is a pea? Most parents, or either they let the child do it, they're using an enormous amount of fluoride.
Yeah, and with all the great
Toothpaste.
flavors of toothpaste, the kids love the toothpaste. And I've seen kids eat toothpaste right out of the thing, bubblegum flavored toothpaste and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're eating really a
And
toxin.
all the bubblegum type flavors, most of those are fluoridated ones because they're from very large companies.
Really?
That can spend a lot of money on flavorings, yes.
So we got to get a toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it. We need to try to maybe get a reverse osmosis system, or at least drink water that from a company that we're sure is not putting, especially maybe choosing spring water. Right?
I don't think it's possible though, because if they drink spring water, the way you're talking, for them and their entire family, they'd have to use thousands of plastic bottles
of spring
a
water.
year.
Yeah.
So
that's just not feasible for the environment, for the landfills.
One solution that some people do, and Erik and I do this, we find a spring. There's a website called findaspring.com, and it's got springs
We'll put that
all
on the
over
website.
world.
We'll put that on the show banner.
Yeah, and it tells you where springs are in your area. And
you just go load your jugs up,
We
right?
drive to Manistee, and there's a beautiful spring right on the side of the road there in Onekama, and it's just running all the time, and it's low minerals in the water, just the right amount, and it tastes delicious. And
that's where you
most
get
people,
it.
unfortunately, are not going to drive 2 hours once a month.
All the local people drink the water there.
Yeah, the local people there, they're very lucky. They have that artesian
spring right
water
there
all the time.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now you can buy what they call artesian spring water. Is it really?
It probably is, but maybe not. I mean,
they have shown some companies have been lying about it and using tap water instead of spring water.
Or they use groundwater or well water and call it spring water.
Yeah.
There's a lot of they passed some laws in some states that have really relaxed the rules on what is a well, what is truly.
But still, isn't it better than city water?
It probably is.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's still the better choice if you're going to get something that says it's spring water.
But unfortunately, if everybody in the world switched to bottled water, everybody that can afford it, we're going to be dead from all the plastic.
Right.
We're going to be trashing the planet.
Right.
So either we trash ourselves or we trash the planet.
Well, I think
that's our choice.
Yeah, Erik, that's not a very nice...
Although your bottle that you're drinking out of is made of plastic, so it's completely biodegradable.
Right.
Corn.
Right.
Yeah, made
exactly.
Corn. Genetically modified corn.
Oh, this is corn. Okay, great.
Yeah,
so we have to start having our bottles made. Okay. So are there any other products we need to speak about? Anything else that you want to tell people they need to do?
You can just, what you got to do if you're out there is minimize your exposure as much as you can for the most obvious things, and then add something like iodine that'll help your body resist the fluoride influx.
Okay.
It'll help repel the fluoride.
I think what we're going to do now We're going to take a break and we're going to come back for our final thought segment, and we're going to cheer ourselves up by checking out some of Shanti's chocolate treats too at the end, because I have to have my treat every time, and I really need it today because now I'm stressed out about my fluoride. So we'll be back after a word from our underwriters.